Hey guys, welcome to Routine Podcast. It's your girl Amira.
And I'm Quya. In this podcast, we'll be talking about everything from our skincare routine to our insecurities about growing up in Malaysia, all while doing our daily routines.
We can't promise you that we have all the answers, but we promise you we will ask the questions that you've been too afraid to ask. Sounds like your thing?
Get your serums and moisturizers,
And let's layer in. In this episode, we are going to talk about something that we share a passion for, which is skincare. Before we start delving right into the question, I just wanted to share with you the definition of skincare according to Wikipedia.
Ooh,
Very credible, very credible. So let me just share the definition, and I want you to kind of like give your opinion in terms of what skincare is to you.
All right.
So skincare is the range of practices that, number one, support skin integrity, number two, enhance skin appearances, and number three, relieve skin conditions.
Okay.
These practices can include nutrition, avoidance of excessive sun exposure, and appropriate use of emollients.
Ooh. Okay.
So what do you think of this definition? I like to think that people have different opinions or different perception of what skincare is. So just going back to the definition, right? The 3-1 being like it's your skin, supporting a skin integrity, its appearance, and also relieving skin condition.
Okay.
How do you feel about what you are doing with your skincare? Is there one in particular that you are more focused on?
Okay. I think for me, it's more of the... It started off with relieving skin issues because I had pimples when I was growing up. I think we'll get into that later. So I think it started off with relieving skin issues, and that got me interested into skincare. And then it moved on to the second one, which is appearance. Also the skincare appearance and integrity is kind of like it goes hand in hand to me, because it's like your skin barrier has a lot to do with your appearance. Because if your skin barrier is strong, skin integrity is strong, therefore your skin will become healthier and therefore it will look better.
I think that's sort of like a great foundation to what we're about to chat about, because at least from my point of view, I feel that some people have perception that skincare is all about the aesthetics of your skin. And people come from different background as to why they are now focusing on skincare, and there could be other things. You were saying that yours was pimples. I actually, it was because of my eczema, so it was a health related condition, and of course eventually I do want to also have great looking skin,
right?
Like it or not, we like to look good.
So
actually this is a great segue into like my first question is like, let's just go way back. How did you get into skincare in the first place?
Okay, so I think for me, how I got into skincare was, like I mentioned just now, predominantly because of pimples. So my first like skincare memory was I was around 12 or 13, and that was when
you got pimple already at 12.
Yeah, I got my period when I was 12.
Okay.
So
straight away.
So I remember. So I had this huge zit. I vividly remember I had this huge, massive, the size of 5 cents or 20 cents or something like that on my cheek. So I also had a boyfriend.
20 cents.
Okay, like 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. No, and I also had a boyfriend now when I was 12. Mom, sorry, but
okay. I don't know. I'm so
So I remember that I was like, I went into my mom's room and then curi her makeup and then tried to cover it up. And then when I went to school, my
curi foundation,
concealer.
Okay.
It was a Maybelline concealer, I remember it. And it was definitely not my color because my mom stared at me. But I don't know, I made it work or maybe it didn't work. So I went to school with that. The teachers didn't say anything. But so my boyfriend then was like, muka kat benda you bila nak hilang?
Oh my god!
He literally asked me that every week.
But how?
That was how I became conscious about my skin.
Can I ask you, when you were 12, right? How did you know that a pimple is something that how is it different from a scar? For example, when you fall down, right? You don't really cover a scar
Oh.
How did you know that pimple? You
Uh-huh.
saw it and you're like, oh no, this needs to be covered.
Right, because my mom told me that it was a jarwat or something. So then my dad was like, oh, and then my mom said, oh, you must have gotten this from your dad, because my mom has zero jarwat. She's like 65, she has never gotten any pimples. But this is from my dad's side.
Some people are just lucky.
Yeah, and then so like I remember also she took me to Body Shop, the Body Shop. And then she doesn't know anything about pimples, right? So then she just dragged me there because I was like, Mom, what do I do? She just dragged me there, and then the sales assistant came and she said, okay, you gonna pakai semua tea tree, everything tea tree, tea tree, tea tree, tea tree, disinfect. Your skin must have been oily.
For me, as I said just now, I have eczema prone skin, and I've known that for a while. When I think about 7 or 8, my mom took me to the dermatologist, and they looked at my skin and they realized, okay, you need some help. You need some topical. So, growing up at 7 or 8, I would be putting on moisturizers before I shower, and then I shower and I put on moisturizers.
Oh wow!
And I went to school sebelah petang, you know, so I took the bus at around like 12 p.m. 12:30. So I will be waiting for my bus with like a full moisturizer all over my body and like melting under the sun. So I did not have a good experience, but for me it was health related. It was a necessity for me to be wearing that. So as an adult, as I grew up, I completely did not like it. I did not like skincare. I did not, because that memory, right?
Okay,
after a period that my mom told me I had to wear every day, and then she stopped telling me, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do it again. And then fast forward, it was actually you. Last year, was it? No, it was last year.
Yeah, 2020.
In 2020, I had my birthday and you gave me a box of skincare products, and I still remember that it's the fresh soy cleanser.
Yeah,
fresh soy cleanser. I wouldn't say it's like the holy grail.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's like the holy grail, but before that, I have never used something that was good for my skin, good for my face. So when I used that and I realized, oh my god, like using just the right product can have such a different effect on my skin. That's when why have I not looked into this? Why have I not? So, and then I'm a natural geek and nerd, so I went dive in.
Wow.
And so yeah, I have to thank you for this. I really have to
welcome.
thank you for this, because you are the one, and I've always known you to be the skincare queen,
right,
among our friends.
Right,
so when you gave it to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, of course Quya would give this. I just didn't know that it was going to completely make me 180-degree change. So
interesting.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
I have a question. Sorry, about eczema. Yeah. Do you know, for people who may not know what it is, can you describe it? I think like, because pimples, I think everyone knows.
Okay. Yeah. So we might have to fact check this, but we'll do that if this is wrong. But eczema, basically, if somebody says that they are eczema prone skin, is they have dry skin. And what happens is that, you know, our skin produces regular sebum to like kind of create a moisture layer across our skin. I just don't produce it enough. So when I don't produce that enough, then my moisture barrier is broken, so it gets dry, so it's more susceptible to like breakage, and then bacteria, and then it gets scratchy, and then I scratch it, and then more bacteria gets in, and then I use like harsh soap that have all this drying alcohols, like sulfates in it, so then that exaggerated, and then we have fun time on my skin.
Oh wow! But how does it look like on your? Is it on your face or on your body, like everywhere, or how does it look like? Yeah, peeling skin.
Is it peeling? Yeah, your skin peels, but I wouldn't say it's not like peeling. Like if you use a retinoid. Okay. It's not that kind of dry. It's kind of like breakage. So merekah. Yeah. So if you like, the usual place that I will have it is here. How do I explain this for people who
your arms,
the bend of my arms. You know my
siku,
elbow,
near your siku.
You know your elbow, the other side of your elbow. What is this called, guys? Like, those who are watching the video, what is this called? I don't know what this place is called. So I get it there. I get it like just underneath my neck here. I get it, you know, behind my knees. And the worst that I've gotten is actually on my eyelids.
Okay, I've seen like dry, crepey.
I've had like really bad eczema on my eyelids, and then I had a photo shoot.
Oh no!
And then the makeup artist,
oh no!
he was being so kind. He was so kind, and he was just like completely, oh, you have dry. It's okay. We'll figure something out. But I was just like so embarrassed.
Of
I mean, you're in a photo shoot,
Of
right? And then
course.
you have to deal with like your own skin. So I had my troubles.
Okay, so that was your story.
That's my story. Yeah,
Okay.
we have evolved. So fast forward to where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
From that 12-year-old girl with her T3 episode. Why is skincare important to you as a 30 plus?
Don't reveal my age, girl.
I mean, it's on our like profile.
Okay. Okay, I think so I think just the evolution of from 12-year-old Quya. So I think from 12 years old I had pimples and acne, jerawat, whatever you call it, but I didn't have the like jerawat batu or whatever they call it. I had more of like smaller-ish pimples, and then I think I stopped applying any tea tree oil when I was in my teens because I got so sick of it. I stopped.
So it wasn't good for you.
Yeah, and when I stopped from 16 to 18, suddenly it got better. Like, because I didn't use anything. I literally didn't wash my face. So from using tea tree and ruining my face, I stopped and I just used moisturizer, like random moisturizers that I get from Guardian or Watsons. And then I used Simple, I think, actually Simple. And then that was fine for me. And then when I was in my 20s, I think right before I went to the UK, so when I was like 19 or 20, after our A-level, suddenly when first year of uni, I started getting pimples again. Like smaller ones, so it was more like hormonals. So that kind of like led me into like
And you never had this like before 19?
Before 19, I never had that kind of pimple.
Okay.
So I remember it was because I took like a supplement or something. Someone said it's good for like omega, like an omega fish oil supplement, and that broke me out. But it just never really stopped. So I got into skincare then continuously until now. But I think also I'm really into skincare because of my confidence. I know some people say like you mentioned you do it for your health, but I personally, because I have a lot of confidence issues, so I think my skin was something that was always like holding me back and making me feel like I can't be myself. So I think when I improved my skin using products or learning or understanding it, it made me feel like, oh, I know myself a little bit better now. That's why I got into skincare, just by trying out different things, learning about my skin, and when I saw results, I felt like accomplished.
Yeah. It's really like, it's like taking a test, right? You do all this different thing, and then you get the results, and you're like, yes, I aced it. I did it right.
Yeah, and I know what my skin wants. So when it's red, I know what to do. When it's like flaring up, I know what to do. Like last time, I didn't know what to do. I was panicking and just buy a bunch of stuff and waste a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's like a superpower, I would say.
Yeah,
right?
to know your skin,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. What about you?
Feel that, and also for our audiences, there are stark differences between Quya and myself in terms of our skincare knowledge and our skincare journey. You started when the real serious doing it on your own. You're 19.
Yeah.
I started like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So just to set the stage here, that's the difference in our levels of understanding with skincare. Although I am very passionate about it, but I'm fairly new, so I don't have the experience.
Okay.
That you have.
What made you like? Remember after I gave you that skincare, what made you kind of like suddenly interested in skincare?
I
from
think
not being interested.
From not being, it's predominantly because I realized that it helped my eczema. So I didn't really relate, or it didn't really spark me to use skincare with the whole aesthetic, or like wanting to look better. I wouldn't say, it's not because I don't care about how I look. I think it's actually a different issue. I always felt like I was not meant to be a pretty girl, and I'm not meant to be beauty. Beauty wasn't my thing.
Okay.
So I was like, that's okay. I'm just gonna put it on the shelf. I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna be a good sportswoman. I'm gonna be very sociable. Beauty is just something. So I never really. And again, I equate skincare to beauty. So I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be not my thing. And then when I started using that, and I realized that my skin felt better. It did not just look better. It felt better.
Right.
Then it was like, Amira, this is why. This is what's going to help you. And then the more I learn about it, when you get this when you're 19. Now, so to a lesser degree, I know when my skin feels a bit funny, it's because, I didn't do this. Because last night I slept late. And my skin is like dehydrated. because I didn't drink
Right.
enough water because I was out partying. Everything is just so much more I'm just acutely more aware of what's going on with my skin. I quiet myself down because I'm listening better to my skin, and I realize there are certain products that can help. And then suddenly, boom! It's like a light bulb moment. And then now I'm a skincare junkie.
Yes! Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What's your skincare type, and how do you decide what products or what you're gonna add in your routine?
Okay, so I have very sensitive skin, and then also very combination / dehydrated skin because I don't like to drink water. So I'm just gonna put it out there. I rarely
like coffee though.
Yeah, I like coffee. I don't like water. I just drink like I can go by like the whole day with only one glass of water. So it's really bad. But I eat vegetables to compensate. Yeah. So I have very dehydrated skin. So in terms of buying products, my main guide for me, or the life-changing guide for me, was I go to this website called Cost DNA. I think we'll link it down in our website.
Yeah, that's great. Yep.
Yeah, we'll link it down on our podcast. So it's a website where you just put in a product that you want to buy, the name of the product, and it will list down the ingredients of all the products inside the product. And then so they will rank each ingredient from 0 to 3 or to 5. So 0 being it's not harmful, it won't cause breakouts or anything, and 5 being it will cause sensitivity, etc. So I will not buy anything. If I say I want to buy the soy fresh cleanser, I key it on Cosna, and if I see that they have something there that's an ingredient that's labeled as a number 3, meaning it can be quite harmful, so I will not buy it. So that's my first guide as to how do I decide on like what to buy products. I'll go Cost DNA.
Do you know the ingredients that you don't like, or is it like a ranking, and if it's a certain ranking then you just like no?
Yeah, so as a general rule, certain ranking, no. 4 and 5, 3, 4, 5 is a hard no.
Okay.
But I also know certain products that my skin really cannot take. For example, alcohol, any kind of alcohol, they have different names. I just cannot use it. It will break me out like crazy. And then also ethyl palmitate. So it's very fine. So I know these are all the things that will, because alcohol, surprisingly, on Cost DNA, they will label it as 0. Sometimes they'll label it as 5. So, but I know whatever it is, I cannot use alcohol.
Cannot do it. Yeah.
And in terms of how I select, so it's like I watch a lot of YouTube. So YouTubers, so skincare on skincare gurus on YouTube, and that have a similar skin type as you. Yeah. So I will listen to them. Find out as many reviews as possible. Go on Cost DNA, and then I'll make my purchase. And I don't necessarily trust. I don't really go to the counter anymore. Like go to Sephora and let the salesperson tell me what to buy.
Yeah, that's like what they do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they try to sell products.
Exactly. I know my skin. Even I've had pretty bad experiences with dermatologists and everything as well.
So you've been to a dermatologist?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Malaysia. So when I came back from uni, I went to a dermatologist in Taman Tun. Can't remember the name. But I think most people living in Taman Tun will go to that doctor. And then she basically just prescribed me Accutane. So, but my pimples was not even that bad, but she was like, Accutane or antibiotics. Nothing info about like how to take care of my skin. What's my skin condition? How do I like what's good for my skin? What's bad for my skin? Nothing.
Right. She just looked at it?
Yeah, within 5 minutes.
Okay.
And
when was this?
This was when I was 23 or 24.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
After graduation, so 24 maybe?
Okay.
23? Yeah.
Okay, so like more than 10 years later.
Yeah.
Slightly 10 years ago.
Yeah. What about you? Like, how do you decide like what to buy?
I mean, along the same lines as you, aka the social media, right? The YouTubers. That's essentially how I've also dove into the ingredients and however, just predating what I said, I am very new to skincare, so I am still trying to figure out and understand what are the ingredients that I am allergic to or I can't use. And there is so many literature out there, right? And people, there's one opinion this way, one opinion that way. So the one thing that I do like to encourage myself to do is to try and follow many different types of information or influences or content out there, because there's going to be so many different opposing views. I just want to understand what's out there, and then I think the way that for me to know what to buy is for me to actually try it.
Yeah.
And that unfortunately is the painful part about skincare is that you will have to, because everybody's skin is unique.
Yeah.
Just because like somebody else also have dry skin, which by the way is what I have.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that the same products will work.
Correct.
So I really kind of am still building my perfect routine. I don't have it Yeah.
Okay.
And it's people like you, we'll hang out and, can I try your sunscreen? I just want to see. Like, we've done it once before, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of want to encourage that is to, there's not going to be one perfect answer and everybody, it's a blanket statement for everybody to just use that.
Yeah.
You have to dive into it, I would say.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
Okay, cool.
Now, the $1,000,000 question.
Mm.
Do you actually think the products that you are using actually affects your skin condition and it's helping you, or do you believe that skin is still like genetics, right? You either have a good one or you have a bad one.
Right.
What do you feel about that?
I feel like I know that when I started getting into skincare, some people will just like, my parents would just say, oh, you just have bad skin because you follow your dad punya genes, so like bad skin lah, cannot do anything, but I strongly believe that like it's not just, it's maybe like partially yes, maybe 30 to 50% is your genes, but I think the bigger percentage is products or like learning about your skin. It's not just products, it's just like learning about what works for your skin, because every human is different. So it's like, I don't think like God will create you just to be like, okay, this person will just have bad skin. But she just needs to figure out, she will have to struggle a bit more to figure out what works for her skin.
Understand the skin and then apply something that works.
Correct. So that's my view in terms of genetics and how skincare. I think skincare and the knowledge about your skin can definitely improve your outlook, your appearance, and your skin. Essentially, it's the same as your body, right?
Yeah.
The diet, like we were talking about.
Exactly. That's like my view of it is from the health perspective, right? Everybody is given one type of body. Is it a good body? Is it a bad body? I think there's no good body, there's no bad body, there's just a body.
Correct.
And similar to, you want to run a marathon, so you train, right? You do things, you eat better so that you train, and you grow your muscles so that you can run the marathon. It's the same way that I look at my skin. I was given dry, eczema prone skin.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's bad skin, it's just generally I underproduce oil on my face. So knowing that base now, the same way as like perhaps I'm not a runner, so I need to like wake up and run 5 kilometers once a week to build that strength. It's the same.
Exactly.
It's the same methodology that I apply to my skincare. It's something that I need to eat. So and it could be nutrition. We talk a lot about products. I like to think skincare is a bit more holistic.
It's
products
not just products.
definitely help. It's kind of like taking supplements. Right? You are deficiency in specific vitamins, you take that. I have deficiency in producing oil, so I need to take a moisturizer. There's not enough water that can like I be soaking in for it to build my moisture. I need extra help. And this is where skincare has help. It's where they come in. And so it really, I feel the same way you take medication for like a specific illness, skincare
it's the same.
Is that supplement that I need.
And it's not just genes, genetics, right? Because it's the same, like when you're born, like, obviously throughout the years as you age and everything, if you don't protect your skin or retain your skin or your body and your brain and everything else, it will deteriorate, right? So you need to learn how to take care of your skin so that you can make it last and live a more confident life when you're comfortable in your own skin. Right? And I have another question, following up. Do you think that it's just products, genes, but what about lifestyle? Because I think this is a taboo thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it goes to, I guess, what I say about nutrition. 3 months ago, I started my skincare journey. About a month ago, I stopped drinking milk. And people think that it's a diet thing where I'm trying to lose weight drinking milk. I don't even know if that's even possible. But now I drink plant-based milk, and it's because I find that dairy activates my eczema.
Whoa!
Yes. I have known about it for so long because I have eczema all my life, right? And people have told me, why don't you try cutting out dairy? But I never wanted to cut down milk, ice cream, because I just didn't. But then I started thinking about my skin health.
Oh, wow.
Then I made this conscious decision of drinking plant-based milk.
And
it of course, I am also like moisturizing at the same time. There is a stark difference. So, and then I, sleeping enough. The next day, when I have a late night, the next day when I wake up, I can clearly feel everything just like, everything's like super dry. I wake up and everything was mereka. And true enough, give me like a couple of hours and then I'll start scratching. So it's all this.
It's all related.
It's all related. It's products. It's what you eat. It's the lifestyle choices that you make. What do you feel that way?
Yeah, 100%. It's also like, for me, yours is dairy. Interesting. Mine is like gluten. Like, I can't eat that much carbs. It just flares up. And also like I think coffee is also an extent, but I haven't figured out a way to like completely. I'm so sorry. I love coffee so much, but coffee sometimes can wreak havoc on my skin. And
coffee is dehydrating.
Yeah,
that's the thing. We have dry skin.
Correct.
We never learn.
We're still trying.
Okay, so now let's talk about our routines.
Okay.
Which is clearly our most favorite part because it's the name of our podcast and how the name of the podcast was birthed.
Yeah.
So can you share how does your routine look like? Let's do the AM routine first, and what are the products that you are currently using / loving right now?
Sure. Okay, so for my morning routine, because I have dry skin, I realized that also through learning, trial and error, I don't need to use a cleanser in the morning because it will dry out my face. So I just wake up in the morning, splash my face with cold water, and then I go straight into toner. So I'm a big fan of like Korean skincare because when I was in the UK, I like spent all my money on like all the Western products. So
Can you name names?
Okay, SkinCeuticals, I'm so sorry, Dermalogica, and it just broke out my skin like crazy. And even like Chanel moisturizer,
right?
And it has so much fragrance in it. So
yeah, that's also like a no for me.
Yeah,
fragrance. Yeah,
okay.
Parfum.
Yeah, I cannot. Parfum. And then so I like Korean skincare. I think my skin likes Korean skincare more. So I jump straight into toner. So my toner of choice is the I'm From Rice toner.
Love. Quya got me into this toner too.
So good. And I'm From in general, it's a good brand. I feel they have like really good products and super affordable.
Yes, super.
To like, right?
Super affordable. Like everything that I feel like we're going to talk about, most of them are super affordable.
Yeah. And that's also another thing that I learned throughout the years, because when I was in my 20s, like younger, like when I was 22, 23, I didn't have money then. I had scholarship, JPA scholarship. Don't tell JPA, but like I literally used all my money to buy £100 moisturizers.
£100?
Yes, and it was $500 and it broke me out. I used it once and then like, yeah. And then when I started getting into Korean skincare, I was a bit hesitant because I was like, hey, murah, yeah. Like,
yeah, okay, there's a perception.
Yeah,
right? If it's not it's not up to a certain like
price equals effectiveness, right? The higher the price, the better it is. But actually, no, guys, not in skincare. Personally, that's what I found. So toner is I'm From toner, and then I go straight to moisturizer. Sometimes I do use like a niacinamide serum, like Paula's Choice 10%. I quite like, but currently I'm not using it because I'm broke. So like I go straight into my moisturizer, or sometimes I do use. Okay, I'm not using anything now. So and then I use my sunscreen. My moisturizer, La Roche-Posay, Sister Plus Balm B5. That you can get it at Watson's online, or even on Shopee, Lazada, they sell it too. And then I go straight to my sunscreen, which I do not skip at all. Even if I'm working from home, I do wear sunscreen. It's a Claire's UV protection. Sunscreen.
Also plug in for sunscreen again, guys. The most important step is going to be your sunscreen.
Yeah, and that's all. That's my morning routine. What's your AM routine?
So I try not washing my face in the morning because you mentioned we both have dry skin, but I found a cleanser that after I wash, instead of feeling really strict, that cleanser actually gives me a lot of like moisture, so I find that I want to wash my face in the morning because I like the after effect. So the cleanser that I use is La Roche-Posay Toleriane line, which is something that you can get at Watson as well. I think this is like about 60 ringgit. So quite affordable. I got this when I first started my skincare journey 3 months ago, and I'm still using it. So it lasts. Okay. So right after that wash, then we go to the toner. Which is I'm From rice toner, which is amazing.
So amazing, guys.
And as soon as you wash it, I like to like quickly like just splash, right, and just like let it, because we have dry skin girls. That's what happens. So on the next step, which is like sort of my treatment step. Then that depends on what happened the night before. Whether is it like a drying thing, or is it like I need more glowing
Okay.
depending if I want to go somewhere. So it really depends.
Right.
So if I already have like agitated skin because of acne or whatever that happened, then I usually go with Iunique's tea tree relief serum. And I know tea tree is like a scary based on what happened with you when you were 12. But this is actually with tea tree extract, not tea tree oil.
Okay.
So there's like lesser percentage, and I find that if I have like really red skin, and I put this, it kind of like calms it down. So during the day, it's nice. You don't have like super red skin.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And if I feel like extra dry and I need help with moisture barrier, then I'll go with my Crave Great Barrier Relief.
Crave Beauty.
Yeah.
And you can get this. The Iunique. Where do you get it from?
I get it like from Hermo.
Hermo.
Okay. Do you use that?
Yes, I use Hermo.
Yeah, I use Hermo a lot.
Yeah. Pretty good.
They have all my details.
Affordable as well, right? Like, what's the price range for the serum? Like,
I want to say the serum, everything here
below 100.
100% below 100, and some I can say is below 50.
Yeah.
It's difficult to get me to spend anything more than 70 ringgit on one product. Okay. I feel like I'm sort of
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's super affordable. So it doesn't have to be expensive, guys.
Definitely it doesn't. And then I go into my moisturizer, which is just like super. During the day, I don't really use like super intense moisturizer. I just keep it simple. And this is the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream. It's like one of their staples. Everybody knows about this.
Hermo as well.
Hermo?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. All the Korean skincare that I use, which is like almost everything except for my cleanser. Yeah.
And Crave Beauty.
Crave Beauty, you have to get it online.
But they do deliver to Malaysia.
Yeah, so they deliver to Korea, they deliver to US, Singapore, Malaysia. Like we are the special country that has been chosen.
Yeah.
So then we go in sunscreen. I do have 2 different types of sunscreen depending on what I'm doing. So I have a chemical sunscreen and a physical plus chemical sunscreen. So the chemical sunscreen, if I'm only staying at home, most of the time I only use that. It's a bit more lightweight. But I am quite active. I do go out and run. So if I do have outdoor activities, then I'll go with my physical sunscreen, which is the CosRX Aloe Soothing Sun Cream. It's a bit thicker because there is a layer on top of your skin, but I feel that it gives me better protection.
I see.
Hence, because I'm going to be outside, I don't mind wearing something that is a bit more thicker, but knowing that I will have better protection because that's very important for me.
Does it have a white cast?
It does not. It does not. So this, although I would have to say it's slightly oily, hence if you have oily skin, I don't know whether you want to use this.
This is more suitable for a dry skin.
I 100% think it's a dry skin. I don't know. Give it a try. I don't know, guys. Like, what do I know about skincare? And my chemical sunscreen is Beat the Sun. Crave Beauty as well. Really nice. Really
lighter, right?
Super light. It's like your Dear Class UV. What's it called?
UV protection.
Yes, UV protection sunscreen. I actually tried to order that and it's sold out
everywhere.
It's sold out during Black Friday. It's sold out during 12/12. So. I'm gonna wait
for the good stuff. All right.
Okay, so and moving on to your PM routine, how does that differ from what you do in the morning?
Okay, so for nighttime, I like to do, because I haven't washed my face the whole day, if I wear makeup.
Oh yeah, because you don't do it in the morning.
Yeah, so I think usually I need to wash my face by like 8 p.m. If I don't, it's a bit like it feels a bit icky. So I'll try and wash my face as early as I can, probably 7 or 8 p.m. I'll do double cleanse. So my first step is to remove my makeup and sunscreen. So I will start with the Pharmacy Cleansing Balm. That's like my favorite discovery this year. So that one, I just use that, massage it on dry skin, and use it to remove my.
Where do you get that one?
That one you can get it at Sephora. And this one is a bit mahal. I have to say, it's 157 ringgit, but it will last me 2 months.
Because every time you use it, it's just like you scoop it.
Yeah, you can scoop it. Yeah, just scoop it. So then it takes off all my makeup, even eye makeup. It doesn't sting the eyes. Sometimes cleansing oil can sting your eyes. So I use that. And then second step, I will use my Allies of Skin cleanser. It's also on Sephora. This one is again a bit pricey, but it can last me around 2 months as well.
This is the one with peptides?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
LSF Skin peptide cleanser. And I use it, I put it on a Foreo Mini. I got it as a gift.
I've heard good I don't have one, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I think it's good if you have like macam blackheads on your nose, like those kind of areas where you don't really massage sangat to cleanse. So I think it's helpful for that.
Does it exfoliate? Or
I wouldn't say like it does to an extent, but very mild exfoliation. It's not like Clarisonic, like the big brush.
that is okay.
That's like
different.
super harsh, because that one is an actual brush.
But for real, does it vibrate?
Yes, it vibrates.
Okay.
Yeah. So what it does is that the vibration enters your pores and try to clean it up just via the vibration. But the Clarisonic was the brush head itself, and also Foreo is synthetic, so it doesn't bacteria.
It cleans itself.
Yeah,
And
cleans itself.
Yep.
So Foreo, and then after that, it's the same exact step as morning. So I use my toner. I'm from toner, but I add on like a serum or treatment. So currently I'm using retinol, like Paula's Choice, 1% retinol, purple colors.
Team retinol.
Yeah, so I feel like I was always so scared of retinols because like the peeling and all of that. But this year, because I work from home, I was like, okay lah, like if I'm gonna peel and look ugly, I'm wearing masks most of the time, and I'm at home most of the time. So who really cares? Yeah.
But did you peel?
Yeah. So like I started peeling. Initially, I bought. So you can buy on Paula's Choice website. So I started with the sample size, which is around 67 ringgit. That can last me a month because I only use it once a week first. And then I didn't peel then. And then when I upped my dosage to maybe every other day, 3 times a week, I think. And then I started peeling around my mouth, and then I started peeling under my eyes, and then sometimes my eyelids get a bit peely as well. So that was a side effect. That's why I switched my moisturizers to the La Roche-Posay, the B5.
Helps with what?
With the dryness and the peeling. Yeah, it's just more occlusive.
Got it.
Yeah. So
did you lower down the amount of times you put in retinol, or you still do it, but then you put this moisturizer on?
I still do it, and I put the moisturizer on because I read online that, I don't know if it's true, but I'm just trying to toughen up and like try to go through this period. So that's what I do. So and then retinol, and then my La Roche-Posay, and then sometimes if I don't use my retinol, once a week I will use Crave Beauty's Hallelujah, which is their AHA acid. So guys, acids is another life-changing thing. It will change your life if you have dry skin or oily skin. So my husband uses the Paula's Choice BHA liquid, which is really good for oily skin girls. There, like if you have a lot of clogged pores on your forehead, girl.
What is acid?
Okay, acid is an exfoliator. Essentially, it's a chemical exfoliant. So like my Foreo is the physical, right? It's a physical machine that exfoliates. Okay. But chemical exfoliators, they will loosen up all the dry skin on your face that's clogging your pores. So BHA, it's oil soluble, so it will go into your pores and take out all the gunk in your pores. So if you have oily skin, it's good because it will go into your pores and then get all the gunk out. But for dry skin girls, you can use AHA, like lactic acid or glycolic acid, where it will just like soften the dry skin on your face, on the surface, and then get rid of it. So I think it's another life-changing thing. So like I think sunscreen, double cleansing, and also acids.
My nighttime routine is slightly similar in the first part. So I still use the same cleanser. I love it again. But before I do a wash cleanser, I do have an oil.
Okay, so you do the double cleanse as well.
I do the double cleanse, and that's a new finding for me this year. And I am just like blown, like how did I not? And especially for dry skin, like washing, it's like 2 minutes of self massage. I love it. And I like the smell. I use the Ionate Calendula Complete Cleansing Oil. And you mentioned about some oils stinging your eyes. This one does not for me.
Okay.
And I sometimes use waterproof mascara. This does the job. This does the job.
So you don't need a separate eye makeup remover, just straight away.
Oh, no, nice. I don't use makeup remover. This I only use.
Also, guys, please stop using makeup wipes.
I'm so sorry. I agree.
It's really bad for your skin. If you have breakouts, even eczema is worse. If you have pimples now, try not to
use it. Yeah, and it's actually because of the abrasiveness. You are kind of really forcing those wipes off, and when you use an oil or a balm,
it slides.
You're not also, if you guys are using it, if you guys already have that in your routine, I would say don't wipe it off, sort of just like massage it, gentle, and it will do its work. It will do its work, and that's why I think it's so much a better alternative than wipes.
And if you use wipes on your eyes, you're like just creating wrinkles on your eyes. Girls, younger girls, like below 30s, now you may be fine.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Yep.
Okay, next step.
So and then we do the toner, which is the same thing as my AM routine. So at night is when I go with my more harsher actives. I'm also using retinoids, team retinol, and I'm also using the Paula's Choice.
Okay.
Except I am using the 0.3 retinol.
Okay.
So you are using the 1%.
Yeah.
I'm still new to it, and I was a bit scared. I have eczema skin. I know retinoids it's drying to the skin, so I was very, very scared. Okay. And this one is also formulated with 2% bakuchiol. And from what I heard, this is like it lessened the inflammation that sometimes.
Correct. Bakuchiol is a new ingredient. Yeah.
Yes, and it's plant-based. And it's not the same as retinoids, but it kind of have similar function, and they work well together. I love this. I wore it for about a week. Once a week. So I wore it about a week, and I saw the difference straight away. I'm using it for like about a month already. I had it here. I started.
What difference did you notice?
The smoothness, like the even of the tones. I still have hyperpigmentation. That's my main. I'm darker skin, so hyperpigmentation is a issue. Okay, it's a challenge. So
is that your concern currently?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's my main concern. My main concern is still my moisture barrier. So I think eventually it will. I haven't actually even gotten into vitamin C yet. I think vitamin C will help with that. Yeah. But where was I going with this? Yeah, so retinol is one of them. And then on the days that I don't use retinol, I think now I do this every other day.
Okay.
So when I don't use this, then I will have my AHA, which is actually the same one that Quya is using, which is Crave Beauty's Kelalu Yaha. So this is formulated with glycolic acid. I got this from a friend of mine. Who lovingly bought this from me. She bought a whole set of Crave Beauty products, and this was the one that I was like, I don't know, glycolic acid could be a bit harsh for dry skin. So I wasn't sure, but then I used it, and I'm just like,
bam! I guess acids, sunscreen, and double cleansing can change your life.
But the only thing is, you will be tempted to use it every night because it's so good.
Yeah, it's like the next day you bangun glow juga.
But don't
use it. But don't use it because you will ruin your barrier.
Nah. Don't use it every night.
Always bring in a new product. I think slowly, although it's good or not breaking you out, just try it slowly. Introduce it slowly.
Get it in. Patch test as well.
Test,
and then the final part is the moisturizer. At night, I do have a thicker moisturizer, and this is the Tolerian. Again, Tolerian, La Roche-Posay have different lines. The Tolerian line, I feel, is the most moisturizing. So dry skin, I think it's great. And this one is the Ultra Cream. So it's extra
rich.
Okay. So, and I do it only at night to kind of lock in everything.
Okay. No eye creams for you?
No, not really in my routine yet.
Okay.
What about you?
I've experimented with a few eye creams before. I tried the Drunk Elephant one, which is super expensive, 300 ringgit. I tried the Biossance Squalene, which is also 300 ringgit.
Eye cream is always expensive, right?
Yeah, but I have read somewhere that it's the same as moisturizer, but I haven't seen any. Also, when I use these eye creams, I don't see any significant difference. So, I haven't found the one yet. So therefore, currently
that works.
Yeah.
Based on what I've been reading as well, for me, the eye area, the problem is my dark circles.
Okay.
And it's genetics. And I feel there's not enough products in the world that can fix my DNA of having dark circles.
Okay.
And the best thing is to wear concealer.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of winging it and just living my true life with dark circles.
Yeah.
It is how I look. It is how I look. Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. Right.
Are there any specific skincare trends in 2020 that you are loving or hating? At the moment? Yeah.
I think in 2020, what I like is that also because of the pandemic and everything, people started trying to learn about skincare more because I think self-care and everything.
Me.
Yeah,
I got it.
A big thing in 2020. So I enjoyed that part. And also I enjoyed how it's not a trend per se, but I think I enjoy how people are also tying different aspects of their lifestyle into skincare as well. It's not just products, and it's not just it's not just products. Go to a dermatologist, get laser. It's not just products. It's not just treatments. It's not just money, spending money. It's also about figuring out like your sleeping habits, what food will affect your skin. What kind of like exercise will help you make your skin better or glowier or something, and then like other factors. I think educating about your skin and your health is also
That's important.
Yeah,
That's really interesting point because I feel like I started with like fixing my lifestyle habits, and then skincare was like one of the things to incorporate into my lifestyle.
Okay.
So I actually went the other way around. I didn't even think about it that way until you mention it. But my AM and PM routine is my lifestyle now.
Yeah.
And I have great pride. I used to be that girl, right? Go out and then come home full makeup on, and it's like I don't feel
Just
like washing
sleep in
my
her makeup,
face.
guys.
Yeah, I do. I know. And
Also
I wear like
remove
all
your
these
makeup,
like
please.
waterproof mascaras and all that, right?
Oh no! And then you wake up and then it's just crusty mascara lah.
Yes. And then complaining about my dry skin. Really, right? Come on, girl, wake up. But now it's my identity, right? I am a skincare enthusiast.
Nice.
Like, it is who I am, and I'm gonna take pride in like taking care of the health of my skin.
Yeah.
So I will have still the same. I'll come back and be tired,
But
be
you're
too
too good.
lazy. But I think because I remember how it feels like the morning after
Yeah.
waking up, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. And I feel so much better after doing. I have a bad day,
Yeah.
do my PM routine,
Yeah.
and suddenly things are better.
Yeah.
So I love it.
And also, I think that skincare, maybe people will think that it's such a frivolous thing or like vain. It's just for vanity. But I think it affects your confidence as well. Because I think if you put yourself out there, like even if you're guy or female or male, if you have a face full of pimples and you have like maybe scabs or like dry skin, it's like just not the best, guys. Oh, one more question. Are you a picker? Pimple picker? Popper? I am.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I wish that I could say that I am a better person.
Right. Oh, but you know what helps? Pimple patches. Have you tried?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think that's my trend. It's not even really a trend. But again, I only got into skincare this year. And those pimple patches are what stops me from touching it. And it's not a miracle worker.
It's not.
It's not gonna like solve your pimple the next day. But it stops you from touching it.
Yeah.
And I think
If
my
you're
pimples
a
like
picker, you gotta get them pimple patches. Like you buy the ones at Guardian, is it? I
get the one at CosRX. From CosRX, and it's 24 patches for like RM12. 12 ringgit. Yeah, it's so affordable, guys.
Right. There's also like generic Guardian ones that I tried. It's also like I think $8 or $12 for like 24 patches. It's also similar. So
there are some more expensive ones, but those ones have ingredients in it.
Yeah,
so
just buy the plain one.
Just buy the plain one. You do your regular stuff that is really going to help your skin, and then cover it with that. And don't touch it.
And we love Korean beauty. I mean that's like will be a forever thing.
Yeah, you'll hear it a lot from us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are almost at the end of this episode.
Okay.
Before we leave, I have a fun game I want to play with you,
my
Quya.
God, okay.
It's called Routine Skincare Flash Round.
Scurry.
Okay, so the way the game works is I'm going to give you two options. This versus this.
Okay.
And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. And we're both going to say which one we would rather have.
Got it.
Okay, so it's the one that we want, not the one that we don't want. Alright? Ready? So 1, 2, 3, and we say
what
together.
we want, yeah?
What we want. Okay. So I feel like the first one I know. Sunscreen. Physical versus chemical sunscreen.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Chemical.
Physical. We know that. We know
Okay,
that
okay.
already, right? Okay. Routines. Daytime versus nighttime.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. 1,
1, 2,
2, 3.
Nighttime.
Daytime.
Oh,
how come?
I love nighttime, like the whole process.
Okay. I am just like being very utilitarian about it. Daytime has sunscreen, and sunscreen is the shit's net to me.
I see.
So that's why I like daytime routine.
I
It's like
see.
my thing.
Okay.
Okay. Things that you do once a week.
Okay.
Exfoliation versus mask. 1, 2, 3.
Both.
Exfoliation. Okay. I guess I didn't set the rules. I guess you didn't set rules.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
So You didn't mention any mask though.
Yeah, because I don't have it. But usually I will use like any type of sheet mask. So I'm now currently using Chucks, which is a local brand. I think Jane Chuck is an influencer, but she created this sheet mask, which I find quite useful. I'm also supporting local.
Okay.
That's quite good
I
as
should
well.
check it out.
Yeah.
What's in it?
It's like honey properly, so very moisturizing stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
you'll like it, I think.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. I just find masks like too much. Like then I have to like keep it on for like what 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's why I like nighttime routine because of the process.
I see. Okay. Huh. I like pick and go.
Yeah.
But you can have both, right? You can have both. So build your routine based on your own.
Yeah.
Right?
Whatever you want. Whatever makes you feel good. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Skincare applications. Cotton pads versus fingers. One. Do you have it?
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Cotton
fingers.
pad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the swiping.
You like the swiping.
I know it wastes product sometimes, right? But I like it if I use there's a thin cotton pad where it doesn't absorb a lot of product.
So you feel that
I'm not wasting product.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is my first reason why I use fingers is because I feel that it goes away.
Yeah.
And I, in general, just have an issue with one-use products. Which is what cotton. I don't know. There's also actually reusable cotton pads that we can wash. Which is not something that I'm, because I don't mind using fingers.
Right.
So that's why I completely like shifted away from cotton pads and everything. Fingers.
I need to explore that sustainability.
Yeah.
We'll have an episode on that.
Definitely, that's something that definitely I want to go into.
Yeah.
Okay. Things that are nice to have in your routine. Toners versus facial oils.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Facial oil.
Oh, I was gonna say toners. I was so confident that you're gonna say toner.
Nice to have. Meaning what I want or like macam not that I want. It's like it's okay.
The one that you want lah.
Oh, the one that I want is toner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Toners versus facial oil.
Okay. Toners, obviously toners.
Yeah. Do you use facial oils?
Sometimes I do, but like I notice sometimes it breaks me out. So depending.
I've only used one and it broke me out.
Which
so
one?
I had Tata Harper's granted it was a retinoid oil of some sort. Like it was very new to my skincare. I need to know better. Yeah, it was just a bad experience.
Okay.
But because of this I'm From toner that we talk about, I am completely a toner girl now.
Love toner too,
Love. Okay. Last one. Skincare superstars.
Okay.
Retinoids versus vitamin C.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Retinoids.
Yeah, I mean, guys.
Vitamin C is tricky because like, you need to find a good formula, and I think retinol is also tricky because like a lot of people break out and everything from it. But I think vitamin C, I can't seem to find something that's like
that works.
Yeah, that works. Like either like, I've tried Paula's Choice, I've tried Drunk Elephant, I've tried Allies of Skin. So I've tried all three. I have not tried SkinCeutical. That's like I don't know 1,000 ringgit. So.
That's expensive.
Yeah, so I'm not.
I do want to get into vitamin. I chose retinoids, but I do want to get into vitamin C because it helps with hyperpigmentation, which is an issue that I have. I just have not gone into it, and also you can use both retinoids and vitamin C, just not at the same time.
Correct.
So the very last question that we're gonna leave off with, do you have any parting words or advice or wisdom for perhaps newbies, people who are just about to get into skincare or now is interested and want to see what's best for them? Where do they start? How do they get into this?
Okay, I think you can start off with like YouTube. So I think there's a lot of information on YouTube. Like I'm a bit biased. I prefer like Korean skincare routines because I think especially maybe if we're Asians, it's like we have thinner skin. So I think I'm a bit biased. Maybe it may suit if you have Asian skin.
And I think it's cheaper.
And it's also so much cheaper.
So the barrier of entry is easier, right? You don't have to go to a 200 ringgit. Like one product. You can spend like 40 ringgit for a sunscreen. Again, pitching sunscreen first.
Yeah. I think just get the basics right. Like I think trying to understand, is your skin memang oily ke or like, because we do live in like a humid climate and sometimes people perceive their skin as oily just because they're sweating a lot. But is that really the case? Maybe you have to try to understand your skin a bit more.
What's the trick?
To understanding. Like, you know, after you wash your face, if your face feels tight, like immediately, you're either dry or like dehydrated. You're not oily, because if you are oily, you can wash your face and watch TV for an hour, your skin will be fine. You won't feel that tightness. So, and also it could be your cleanser is too harsh, meaning there's a lot of sulfates and everything. So I think try to get a good cleanser and moisturizer and sunscreen. That's the basic things. And also for girls, if you wear makeup, try to stop using wipes and invest in a good cleansing oil. Doesn't have to be expensive. Just remove the cleansing oil, or like cleansing water as well. Like I think Bioderma, they have it in Watsons now. You can try the small sample. I know the big one is slightly more expensive, like 50-60 ringgit, but you can get the smaller one, see if it works. So some people do use it to remove makeup and sunscreen. So you can use that and then use your cleanser. And I think for an affordable brand in Malaysia, like you can try like Hermo has a lot of Korean skincare brands which are affordable. Like we love CosRx, Claire's, I'm From. And then also Simple is quite okay as well.
Yeah. I would say like drugstore.
Yeah, drugstore brands. Yeah, start with that. Get the basics right. And then you can go into the actives. Because I think if you start another tip is like don't try all the new things all at once. Do not go into that trap, because if it works,
you don't know which one is working.
Yeah,
and if you have an allergy to something, you don't know which one it is.
Correct.
So be patient.
Be patient. It's a journey and you will get there.
It's a fun journey.
Yeah.
So, I mean, make it fun.
Yeah.
Make it fun, right? So
I'll show you guys like before and after. Like, I don't have the footage anymore. I accidentally deleted my footage, but I had like pictures of like me with like, because I'm a picker also, and then when I pick my pimples, I don't know if you've tried, like, you know, you have a scab, then you try to cover the scab. You know, after you pick your scars, your pimples, then it becomes like watery and the liquid comes out. Then you put makeup on top of it, then you put powder, there's like a big scab.
It's like a volcano.
Yes, and then just start macam kawah, you know, your face. Like, so don't pick your skin. That's all.
I would say the same. Like keep it simple. Understanding listen to your skin. So the first part of listening to your skin is knowing what skin type you have. Right?
Yeah.
And then being slow with it, that's when you know, okay, this product is doing this product is doing this. So do one at a time.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this again. If you don't already have sunscreen in your routine, everything else does not matter. And I'm saying this to my other dark skin girls out there, because you are darker skin does not mean that you don't need sunscreen. I'm so passionate about this because I played a lot of sports growing up and I was dark skinned, and nobody gave me the education. And especially because I was dark skinned, people say, oh, melanoma, so you're fine, you know, you're already protected from the sun. No, my skin is getting darker because I'm already damaged by the sun. And whatever all these products that you use, like for example, like vitamin C, as soon as it sees the sun, it just destroys all of its goodness. It gets photosynthesized. So again,
there's no point.
And sunscreen right now is there's so many different types. You will find one that you like. So I'm so new to skincare that I feel like I'm not in a position to advise or give any tips. Just get sunscreen, guys. Please. And there's so many different types. You will find one that you like. The best one is the one that you want to put on every day. And that is it for this episode. I hope you guys learned something. Or enjoy it. And would love to hear back from you guys what you guys think about skincare. Where are you guys on your journey?
And what products work for you guys? Because we are still learning too, so love some product recommendation.
And I think skincare itself, it's a lot of other variation of topics that we can go off of it. So definitely look out more. It really is one of our passion. And what got us closer as well as friends. And as we were discussing about this podcast, we definitely wanted to touch base with you guys and discuss the importance of skincare. And it's just a simple thing about knowing about it.
Correct. And I think it will help people with confidence issues, like how I was like growing up, not knowing anything and like what to do. So I think to any girls out there or guys suffering with bad skin, don't feel bad.
It's fixable.
It's fixable. You can,
if you want to.
If you want to, you can not cure it, but you can fix it, and then there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
And definitely from the goal that I was, right, when I said that beauty wasn't my thing, I kind of like shelved it. I was never going to be the pretty girl. I'm not saying that I'm pretty now.
Right.
I'm ish okay looking.
She's
but,
pretty.
But I feel that I am driven to skincare because it makes my skin healthier.
Yeah.
And then the aesthetics come with it.
Yeah.
And overall,
Yeah.
it's just like a nice cycle.
Yeah. And it boosts your self-esteem, you know, and your confidence. And when you don't have like kawa on your face, obviously you feel a lot better, right?
And
like to interact.
When you have confidence, you do better at work. You are more productive.
Yeah.
You speak well to people.
I know friends and like myself as well. I think sometimes when you're talking to people and you have like bad skin, you're like you can't even make eye contact.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, they're looking at my skin.
At you. Yeah.
See my concealer, my cakey. Yeah. So don't worry, guys. There is a light at the end of the tunnel.
And most people actually are going through it as well.
We'll help you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you so much for coming back to this podcast. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.